Oh God, why is my head hurting today? Oh, I'm thinking about taking some medicine. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking some headache medicine. Watch them witches. Ha! She got a headache. I got her. Good Lord. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I love women and just, what women do. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I see why. I'm going to explain to y'all why there's so much hatred for women, just in general. It don't really have nothing to do with women, but bitter women. Women that are all over the place, acting a fool, upset, emotional. I'm constantly having to deal with the negative emotions of these women in social media too. It's woosah. These women in social media are, oh my God. Ooh, where's my sage? Mm-mm-mm. So let's get to the discussion. God damn, why does it take so long for everybody to get in here? Okay, so if a man won't claim you publicly, and let's dissect this. Okay, or a man that doesn't admit to his feelings for you. Because that's basically what he's doing. And y'all can see firsthand, like it's crazy, even though it's YouTube stuff. You can tell that there are outside influences, that there will be outside influences driving the situation, and not even other people's opinions, maybe. That, what's crazy is that, I don't know, I think it's unconditional love or whatever. Anyway, when you got a man that won't leave you the hell alone ever, he constantly meddling with you, constantly pulling on you, constantly doing love spells on you, constantly doing sex magic on you, either through masturbation or sleeping with another woman. And you can feel it when they're doing it, because you all of a sudden want to pull them closer to you because they're doing love work on you. So let's say that you got that kind of situation, but this man don't want to admit to his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Is there spell work that can make him fess up? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know what would be somebody's issue with that. I would think that, I kind of suspect spell work being done with that. Okay. Sometimes it can be spell work, because that's very, very rude and disgusting and contemptuous. And all of y'all know that when you're in love with a man, you can't help it. You can't help it. You just want that person. Like, no matter what fucked up shit is going on with the two of you, y'all still want each other, which is, what is it, like a mental conflict or something? It sucks. I hate it. I hate it. They never go away. They never actually let you go. Is there spell work that you can do? Let's ask the spirit. We call it Saint Michael. Oh, thank you. Saint Raphael, Saint Gabriel. We're going to call to the spirit guides and ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters. We have questions. Powers of the witches rise, force unseen across the skies. Come to us who call you near. Come to us and settle here. So if y'all some witches in here, if y'all on my side, my spirit's obviously gonna let you attack me. But yeah. Oh yeah. So when you have a man that's doing that, but he don't want to claim you publicly, or maybe if he's spirits, is there a spell for that? I'm using my Deviant Moon Tarot, y'all. Is there a spell for that? Ooh, so whenever Saint Michael comes in, it's like he's so warming. Like, did y'all feel Saint Michael come in? Because I actually thought I heard somebody coming up the steps too. So a spirit came in too. This a good spirit. All right, spirit guides, what messages do you have for me about if there is spell work that can be done to make a man confess his feelings, or either if he's embarrassed because, you know, you're kind of slutty. I'm not slutty at all, though, y'all. I don't sleep around. Okay. Thank you. Yes or no? Okay. Let's see what the cards say. That's the Nine of Cups upright, the Five of Swords upright, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and the Emperor. All right. Now, the Emperor is really, really interesting. Yeah, that's a yes answer. But let's confirm it. Spirits, we want to see major arcanas and even numbers is yes, odd numbers and core cards is no. Yes or no? So the Emperor came up in this reading. Okay. Yep. Definitely got a yes answer. So, ladies, there is hope. There is hope after all. But Spirits is saying that the spell work that would have to be done is on the throat chakra. I'm going to help y'all ladies out. You can see Nine of Cups upright, which represents friends, family. Five of Swords upright. I actually really, really like this card, y'all. God dang it. You notice how dude got his tongue stuck out like, nah, 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 I don't like you. Does have something to do with the sacral chakra as well, or actually the solar plexus. I'd say both. A man that does that, his solar plexus and his sacral is off balanced, and so is his root. It would cost a lot of money. It wouldn't be cheap, and it takes time. Now, the Emperor in the upright position it's actually a great card. It's a very understanding male figure that just has deep intuition and understanding. Okay. Reverse, he would be bit of a butt, but upright, he's okay. Definitely, again, solar plexus and heart chakra work would be needed from what I can see because I don't know. You know what I can tell you is that there have been times that I've came on here and I've spoke out about shit and I have told the truth about shit. And y'all know I'm blunt anyway. Y'all know I'm blunt. I'll tell you the truth even if you don't want to hear it. Takes a lot of heart to do that. And it's not for the faint of heart because, and sometimes it's just easy. And then also another thing, for me, it's not that big of a deal. I've been getting shamed because of that on YouTube right now. Like, it's so weird. And if I wanted to, I could cast spell work. Yeah. A lot of earth work, a lot of, yeah. Because I'm sorry. In that, like, has anybody, okay, so there's a first time for everything because I personally have never experienced somebody not wanting to claim me. Like I said, I've had, or people not admitting to their feelings for me. But I think it's obvious, like let's say that you're stalking a female or you have deep emotions for her, like some of these women on YouTube, hello, some of these witches too. Um, they can't say that they don't care about a person if they have all that passion for them, right? So if somebody's actually and factually stalking you, especially if it's somebody that you used to deal with, then they probably got feelings for you. Or whether or not they're good, bad, or indifferent. It's probably the best thing to work things out. Um, personally. But I think that claiming a woman would also be somebody that settles down, makes a commitment, is what the emperor is saying. So I think that if a man is doing something like that, I think that what you would have to do is get him to make some kind of commitment to you. So that what spirit is telling me is that you can't force commitment on anybody. You can't force it. So maybe perhaps it's a good idea to maybe move on and move forward to something else. But Spirits is saying is that if that person is calling to your heart, like, I've had a couple of lovers in my life. And I noticed that what they do is they pull on your heartstrings, even if you're not talking to them, like you can feel them. I usually I feel everybody that's in my life. If you have been a part of my life, or if you're talking about me or thinking about me, I can feel everything that you're going through. I can feel it all, even from a distance. I don't have to be sitting next to you. I don't even have to be talking to you. So, with a lot of your lovers, you're connected to them mind, body, and spirit anyway. So, that's why a lot of y'all will have like physical symptoms. Okay, like breathlessness and stuff like that. Love can make you feel like you breathless sometimes. It can be that deep. So I can feel like certain stuff like from I don't like one of these females that's stalking me, I used to feel her energy really heavy. And it felt like being stampeded by bulls. And it was stupid. But I don't like that was because it was so long ago. Like, You know what I'm saying? But I could still feel in her energy. I could feel her energy. And then there's this one person that I know, this person just feels extremely anxiety-ish all the time, just angst. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like, then sometimes I can feel anger from people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm an empath, meaning that I don't have to be sitting next to you to tell you how you feeling. Like sometimes when I can feel that my kids need me, I'll call them and they'll be like, "Oh, mom, I'm doing fine." But it's like I still know in my intuition that they needed to hear from their mama. Like sometimes I'll just get an intuition to call one of my daughters or call both of them, you know? And I'll call them and they'll be like, "Oh, mom, I'm doing this, doing that." But you can tell that they still kind of was like, "Okay, I want to talk to my mother," or maybe they were thinking about me or something. So I think that for me personally, I would put spell work on that man to make him confess and tell the truth. You can also possibly, if it's meant for you to be with that person, you can cast spells or you can do bindings, commitment spells to where the person makes a commitment to you. Page of Wands in the reverse position tells me this is a person that is afraid to admit to the truth, which nobody can force anybody to do that. I would never do that. Like, I would never try to physically force somebody. Like, I would ask spirits or petition the spirits, though. So, Spirit did say that you can do that. Whether or not you're going to be with that person or move on, they still should confess. And I don't care what nobody says. As a woman, there is no way that any woman should be allowing herself to be attached to a man that is treating a woman like that. You shouldn't attach yourself to somebody that's doing that. First of all, you're committing treason. I'm sorry, you can't let men do that. You can't let them get away with that. And they're men, they'll be able to handle it. They're okay. They can handle the pressure. That's what men are supposed to do. So, what I'll pick up on is women wanting to take too much on. And see, this is another thing, guys. I pick up a lot women trying to be men. Okay. And that's not good. Like, I know that there's people that are transgender, but even transgender people are not rude and inconsiderate. So let me take that back. But there are some women that think that they're going to act like a man. So that's what I meant by that. Like, they think they're going to act like a man and they'll do like abusive, evil stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is not necessarily conducive to a man. That doesn't, men don't have to be abusive. Men don't have to be like that. Spirit is telling me that men that are like that are factually insecure. Okay, so that's an insecure man. So you would have to definitely work on his genitalia. That's what they basically put a root on him. And let me tell you, those roots that you can put on these men, they're actually good for them. I think, in my opinion, I feel like women that snatch up a man and henpeck him real quick. I feel like those women are like heroes. I feel like those women are heroes. Like, you women that come and get love work and stuff on these men, because men will go out in the streets and get themselves killed, you know? Excuse me, y'all. Men will go out there and get themselves killed. and thank the goddess for a woman being around to pull them back from that. Because that's kind of dangerous. So, women that are very, very protective and controlling, I like those kind of women. Because when a man takes a look back, or either he sees some kind of reality before him that he needs to face about his own behavior and the things that he's participating in, he'll be able to look back one day and say, thank you for saving me from myself. So I think women are amazing that do that. You know how some people say that women that do love spells are desperate or whatever? I think it depends on who you're doing the love spell on. I think it's pretty okay to, I don't know. The last love spell that I did on somebody, it took approximately 24 hours to manifest. Um, so I guess it would depend. I would definitely cast work for them to confess because it's a throat chakra thing, it's a root chakra thing. Basically, you would have to do work on the sacral, the root, the heart, the throat, especially. The throat one, especially. I also feel that men that do those kind of emotional games with women, I don't get upset about it. I be knowing what's going on. When you have a deep level of understanding for something that doesn't upset you, I believe that they are insecure. I believe that they lack confidence. I believe men like that actually lack confidence. And, and because you disappoint me, I'm going to let you know, and my spirit's going to let you know. That's what for me personally, ain't none of my men really been able to get away from me for too long. What do you think about men who were cheated on by a woman that cheated with another woman? Oh, they probably could be bitter. They may be a little bitter and angry towards women. Depends on the person and where they head at. I personally think I understand why people just can't like move forward from the past and like just go on, just but I think that what men do is they collect anger, and it's probably because they need to clear themselves. Like you're supposed to clear yourself. So I think that if I dealt with a man that had went through that, he probably is on some level traumatized, but it's probably good because um men have a tendency to already be controlling. I feel like if a woman cheats with another woman, that probably means that she's tired of that man being controlling and being tight and pressed all the damn time. But I do understand why the man would be upset about being cheated on at all. If he ain't handling his business in the relationship, he gonna have to face himself. Yeah, and see, that's why I'm saying like men shouldn't be researching your past and doing all of that. And if they do, depending on what it is, I mean, it's not like I've ever robbed anybody or tried to do anything like that. So it's not like it's, because that's a checkered past right there. Okay. No shade. No shade though. But like if a man is insecure about a fling that a woman had with another woman in the past, it's like, God dang, move on from it. And I sometimes think maybe that's their fantasy or something. I don't know. People like, and because it just it don't make no sense. I don't personally have a fantasy of being with another woman, but I have done it in the past. And if I were to move forward with a man, he's got to never talk about it. And if he does talk about it, you can't never talk about it like you angry at me. Because, I can tell you that dealing with somebody that continuously brings it up over and over again, it sucks. It sucks donkey butt. It sucks butt. It does. I hate that, man. I hate that. I don't like it. Like, chill out. Like, hey, I ain't even thinking about it. Like, why you thinking about it? And then that's when I start getting paranoid. So yeah, when you get into a relationship with somebody and you love them, everything else in the past shouldn't even matter. And you know what? These men, Jackie, they be having all kind of skeletons in their closet. You gotta use a goddamn skeleton key to get in that closet. Probably done slept with men and everything else in the past. So everybody, like, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of these men have had secrets. So that, so for them to be tripping off of that, like that shouldn't, I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, if a woman would wanted to be with a woman, she would try to be with women. Why would she be going through hell with you? Like, think about it. Like, that don't make no sense. I can't stand that. That's a bug. That's like a bug, a virus or something. Because I don't like that. Like, I'm with you though. I am sitting here with you. I want to be with you and make a commitment to you. So you're gonna go into the past with something that, number one, was not a lifelong decision that I was making. It was just a thing, and that was it. If a woman is truly lesbian, she's truly lesbian. She's going to choose to be with women. So why even be insecure about that? So insecure, so insecure. Uh, and it's a horrible feeling, man. Insecurity comes from the solar plexus, man. I hate that. And see, I don't like that either. Like when people are being stupid and insecure on a rainy day, especially because I enjoy my rainy days. I hope it rains some more over here in Georgia. We had some beautiful storms earlier today. I want like a thunderstorm. You know that rainy weather where like when you go outside, like you look up and you be like, oh, that's twister weather right there. Reminds me of home. Yeah, I love rain. I love rain so much. If it rains again today, If it rains again today, I definitely will be going out to play in the rain today. So yeah. So that comes from that. I think that it's when I think about certain love spell ingredients too, would make sense because you know, roses definitely are very healing to the solar plexus and the root chakra. Red roses. Oh, you take a red rose bath and and you're gonna be doing some root chakra healing. So I would definitely use roses, a lot of them, for something like that. Another ingredient that comes to mind is sage. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's not really drizzling over here right now. I was trying to relax earlier when it was raining, but somebody wanted to go live and argue today and not even make any sense either. Ugh. Hey, lavender flower. Hello. I ordered some lavender essential oil. I got some tea tree oil, lavender, and eucalyptus oil on the way. I cannot wait to get my diffuser going. I am going to do some Bombay meditation today. Mm. Oh, eucalyptus would be good for that too. Something healing to the throat chakra, marshmallow root. So you want to do a throat chakra candle with some marshmallow root. Now that's only if the person truly loves you. Will you be able to get them to make some kind of commitment to you? But I think that that's what it would be. It would be that they would have to make a commitment. So it's kind of like when somebody say claim a person. It's like it's more so it's more so making a serious commitment to a person. Okay. Oh my God, I love tea tree oil. Oh, I love to dress all of my candles with it, like all of them. Like I think tea tree would be good just to anoint your candles and to like clear them and smudge them and stuff. And the way that it smells when it burns, it's got like that. It to me, tea tree oil smells a lot like patchouli oil. Yeah, I love to. I don't like to argue. Honestly, I don't. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to address what needs to be addressed. Like y'all know, that's I'm just one of them type of people. And I may be very passionate when I talk about things, but I think that people need to start communicating better. And the Page of Wands reverse is a verbally abusive person. When people are being caught either in a lie, when you're being caught in a lie or you're being forced to speak up about something, and if a person can't do it, they tend to either start lying, cussing, or being verbally abusive. Like men tend to do that. I think, I feel, because I've seen a lot of them do it way too much. And also the heart chakra work too. So that would be a pink candle. Spirits are saying use some kind of pink candle or maybe even red or maybe even green. You know, pink, green, and red are really good colors to use for love work. Um, because you know, it's to me it's kind of unfair and it's a violation and I would have to do something about it. Like that's kind of crazy. That's like some craziness that makes no sense. For you to do that, for men to do that, for men to break up with a woman and then sit and pine over her 24/7, like that's one of the reasons why like some of my lovers and ex-lovers, if I can sense that they're actually pining over me, I'll just do love work just to bring them back, just so that we can try to work the shit out and it won't be negative. You're nagging me. You're thinking about me right now, probably even talking about me right now, probably even looking at videos of me right now. Okay. And then, you know, so, you know, because when a man isn't thinking about you or nothing like that, you're not going to feel anything from him. It's like, okay, if you're okay and you want to move on, then Why are you thinking about me? Why are you so focused on me? Because I can remote view people. I can see everything that he's doing right now. Like when you guys come to me to get readings and stuff, I can see everything they're doing. And sometimes what I see, I really, really don't like. Lord Jesus. Thinking about you 24/7, like you're in the back of their mind, you're in their radar. It's like they're focused on you. Stop driving me crazy, damn it. Stop driving like that would drive a person crazy, wouldn't it? And I would suggest trying to do everything in your power. Now, I was going to say the emperor is also talking about domination work, but doing domination work on somebody may cause sexual performance issues. What spirit is telling me. You shouldn't have to dominate somebody to love them or for them to love you. Like, why would you? I feel like you're freezing up the energies. You're not letting the energies flow if you're doing stuff like that. So why even do that? And why deal with a person for you to sit and pine over them? That's why a lot of y'all be like, oh God, they're feeding on me. No, they're pining over you. That's what they're doing. And if you are a very intuitive woman or an empathic woman, because being an intuitive woman can be very different than being an empath. If you're an empath, you're gonna feel them. You're gonna be able to feel when they mad, sad, and it's usually mad or sad. So there's definitely spell work to do that. Um, but it's not spell work like you are going to do this. No, you have to work directly to the person's spiritual body. You have to actually work with their spirit body, and you have to clear out a lot of the parasitic energy, and you have to feed the chakras. Okay, put the root in them, and you're going to feed their chakras certain information and energies. So it's not like a spell. Like a spell can last 2 minutes, but when you're working directly on a person and you're working directly with their spirit body, and you can do that with a picture of somebody. Okay, you can use a picture of them, you can affect certain areas of a person's body, and that's probably literally what a person would need. Somebody that is that insecure that would even, that it shouldn't even be a question. I personally, for myself, what I feel that spirit is saying is that you should try to get that person to make a commitment to you, because by them doing that means that they just haven't made a commitment. However long that takes, it would have to depend on the person, I guess. Because I feel like spirit is telling me that there must be women going through this, and also those men that have those values within themselves where like they won't budge, like they just, what's them kind of men that they just kind of have that thing where they kind of lack understanding for a person. But what spirit is telling me, the last card that I got is the Tower reverse. Don't do it if you're not meant to be with that person. You should never be doing work on somebody that you don't plan on being with, or if it's just not meant to be, because the Tower represents fate and something that is meant to be. So, that says And in the reverse position, whenever I pull this card in the reverse position for a client, what it tells me is that there is a fate for them, but that they're not necessarily living within that fate. Other things are happening, which means that technically they're not living in the reality that they're supposed to, which is really deep. And reality, as it should be, feel like using visuals for that, like visualizations and stuff. But you shouldn't do it unless you truly are supposed to be with this person. Because, okay, let me ask why. Well, number one, because you may be doing work on a man that's going to benefit another woman. This has to be somebody that you know wants to be with you. Maybe they've told you before that they wanted to be with you. Maybe you feel something about it. Most of the time, a guy doesn't like telling his feelings. He usually isn't rewarded for it. Uh, mm, I hear you on that, but I mean, why would a man need somebody else's approval though? Also, and if people don't approve of what your reality is, then maybe you got to get new people in your life. That would make sense to me. Spirits clarify the tower reverse. Yeah, spirit is saying nine of swords reverse. When you feel like way too much as a woman, especially if you're feeling like a nervous tension, or either you know that like you just kind of feel like this, I don't really belong with this person. Like I feel like they, should be with somebody else. So if you just do it willy nilly, then the work that you're doing on them is just going to benefit somebody else. So you should never. Because I be telling women, you don't want to do work on somebody that you know you don't have any serious intent towards, or if they don't have a serious intent towards you. You should be doing work on them because your work could benefit another woman. And I think that that's something that you would have to possibly take some time to think about. And I guess if you don't belong with that person, I think that you should at least make them confess and move forward, because sometimes people can hold you in bondage while they're denying bringing closure to a situation. So a situation could you know have some good closure, but if somebody is kind of being difficult with you, then that means that they don't want to bring closure to the situation. But sometimes with some people, you have to bring closure to it. And it just depends. Because I can tell you that I've had like some of my exes, they will pull on my heart chakra. And it's kind of like it's just easier just to give in to them. It's just easier just to give in to them. You know what I'm saying? And open up the pathway so that they can come back if that's what you want them to do. But I'm telling you, it's a thought process, but it depends on what that person is doing. There are a lot of people that have hard limits, and so if but I think that if you do love that person, if you do want to be with that person, that you should start to work on the chakras because, you know, sometimes it's kind of like, okay, well, nobody asked you that. Nobody asked you that. What is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so you're showing your conflict, and how is that conflict going to end? It's going to have to end with something positive. It can't keep going on and on like that. It can't, because these men, they'll be talking about you to their family members, they'll be talking about you to other people, and you'll feel all this energy, and like my spidey senses will start. Y'all, I got them spidey senses. I can tell when somebody talking about me. Battle Rifle said, yeah, if I get into a relationship, I'll have to keep most of my feelings to myself. I don't know. I'm an empath, so I always know how people feel. There's no getting around me. I am, nobody can fool me. I know exactly how people feel. I do. You're right. I would jump. That means, that can sometimes mean, that can be a sign. Now, a lot of people say that it's a magnesium deficiency. But why would anybody be deficient on magnesium? Because that's what we use in, that's the active ingredient in Epsom salts, and is magnesium. And what's going on with people being deficient on magnesium? It's got to be something spiritual. Yep. When someone is talking about you, yep. Well, you know what? It must, I don't know what that's about. Like, especially if somebody is talking inflammatory or either negative about you. Or if they're not even talking about you, they're just angry at you. Like, I can feel how people are feeling about me. Could you tell I was just talking about you just now? You were? Why? Mm, no, I couldn't. I'm sorry. See, just because oh, okay. I don't be looking at everything like so sometimes but um I don't know. I didn't feel bad energy coming from you. Let's put it like that. I think that what makes a big difference is what somebody eats too. Did y'all know that chicken is good for the solar plexus and beef is good for the root chakra and the sacral? Did y'all know that? Hmm. Yeah, I always know how people feel about me, even when they lying. Uh-huh, chicken. Chicken is good for the solar plexus, especially chicken breast. Chicken breast is good for the solar plexus. Mm-hmm. Inappropriate thoughts. Y'all are funny. So I don't know. I thought I would answer that question because that I think that, do I think that you can use spell work to necessarily make somebody love you? Possibly if they're not open to love, maybe you can open them up to love, which would be risky to them being with somebody else. But I think that you can definitely use spell work to work on your relationship. And it ain't even just spell work, it's healing. You can it's healing with root work. Let's say root work, okay? It would drive an empath crazy if they were aware of every single thing. Oh yeah. And sometimes I am aware of every single thing. I'll feel the whole, like I'll feel like just the world. It doesn't make me go crazy. It used to give me really bad anxiety to where I had agoraphobia. And that I went through that for a while being an empath. Empaths often have anxiety and sometimes even agoraphobia. I get agoraphobic sometimes, like I don't be wanting to leave the house. So I wouldn't even call it agoraphobia. It's just that sometimes I don't want to leave the house. Sometimes there may be a certain energy or stench in the world, and I don't want to go out there and face it. You know, it just empaths. They we deserve. We need to petition the government to give all empaths $5,000 per month. Yeah, you can definitely feel like everybody's pain, like even the people close to you, because you're so, because you're so connected with them, and like yeah, it can be difficult, especially if people have a lot of, especially if they have issues. But I've gotten used to it, y'all. I've gotten used to it, and I've become an even more powerful empath throughout the years. Let's put it like this: when other people are hurting, I will feel their pain, and it's you got to do something about it. You can't just, you know. But I think that witchcraft is amazing. I also think that a lot of people don't like to use the word witch. They don't call themselves witches. And so I guess we could say root work. I consider myself to be eclectic. So I don't just do healing work. I do other type of work. You know what I'm saying? Like I do a lot of different healing work is in a class of its own. Let's put it like that. Being a healer and being able to heal somebody, which most people have an kind of like an innate ability to be healers, especially if let's say the people that you may run into randomly and they just kind of, you may be talking to them or having a conversation and you may be needing somebody to talk to. And maybe if they talk to you, the words or the things that they say to you can, help you feel better. But I think that deep healing work goes much deeper than just because I feel like that's a band aid. And I don't feel necessarily that people should have to go to outside sources to work on themselves. But sometimes when the body or the spirit gets used to doing certain things, somebody else will have to possibly step in to make it do either what it used to do, at a time that you were happy. Okay, so for example, if you're really, really depressed, or um, if you're really, really depressed, a healer could help, or a healer could, what a healer is going to do is they're going to, take your spiritual body, because I do Reiki as well, and they're going to, send certain energies and use certain frequencies of different things, whether or not it's roses, essential oil, candle, um, or whatever. Same difference if you are having, you're having anxiety. Anxiety is when you're kind of, at a place where you're just like irritated, or you just feel sick, you feel just scared. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm hurting a little. I need a hug. Yeah, hugs definitely help when you hurting. I will tell you that. I will tell you that. I'll tell you that healers, there's usually a lot of energy that's in a healer though. And I don't really like can somebody use up their healing energy? No, because it's what connects you to the cosmos. And that is very abundant and never ending. Healing energy doesn't die. That's just like us, presumably our bodies are supposed to decay and get older and die, okay? Which I kind of have another theory about that. But your spirit is that light energy. And that's something that never dies. Your spirit never dies. So when it comes to being a healing spirit, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Oh, I am so glad that it rained, y'all, because there was the other day that it was like something came through, and it was pollen. It's pollen all over my front porch. It was everywhere, like this yellow looking sulfur stuff. And my allergies just went off the chain. And somebody else had been saying that day that their allergies was messing with them. A couple of people over here in Georgia, especially. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, y'all know that severe allergy stuff that gets rid of headaches and stuff too. I think I'm gonna get me some of that, because that stuff kicked in and it was just like, and I think that but I don't know, like, your allergies can be worse depending on what another person can be doing to you, because I notice that a lot of people tend to pull on my heart chakra. And sometimes I do take it as them trying to kill me, because it'll be a very scary energy. But then I have to remind myself to not be scared. Like, my spirits and ancestors came in, and they really, cause certain stuff I'll start getting, I will, and I have to ground myself, because I'll start getting anxiety. How do I deal with a narcissist online? Cleanses and meditation and spiritual bath. That is how you deal with narcissists online. First, you want to do self-care. Because hold on, y'all, hold on. I'm gonna take my allergy medicine, y'all, and stop suffering. Okay, I don't like to suffer. At least until this stuff gets here. I can't wait until that eucalyptus gets here. Where is it? There it is. So you got to take care of yourself. You have to protect yourself. You have to cleanse yourself. Um, because dealing with narcissistic people for me was extremely traumatic. It was extremely traumatic, like next level trauma, and I would like I worked through it though. Like it was a lot of stuff that I had to work through, a lot of negative energy. So yeah, is are you an empath or a sensitive or an intuitive? Because intuitive people, y'all got to understand that y'all are seeing like you're seeing the foresight of your vision, which is why it's really important to work on your third eye and to self master, because a lot of y'all will do like remote viewing and y'all won't even really know it, and you'll be seeing certain stuff, and you can even see into other realities or other. So it's something that you really gotta work on that, because some people can see in the past and they can see past life stuff and they can see all kind of stuff that other people can't see. Okay, so you're an yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you're an empath and you've been dealing with narcs online, get a cleanse. It will make you feel so much better. It will give you strength. Also invoking Maeve. Invoking Maeve is an amazing way of dealing with narcs online, because Maeve will give you a lot of strength and an amazing protection. She's actually a fairy goddess. And she is very, very powerful. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm back. So yeah, Maeve is amazing to invoke, because what you're gonna need when dealing with like narc, especially if it's gang stalking, you're gonna need strength. Because I'm telling you, if you are an empath, it just makes you feel zapped, because you're dealing with so many different emotions, and it'll wear you out. Don't think that they're necessarily feeding on you. Um, uh, I guess it depends, but that shouldn't, what should be the most important thing is, if they are feeding on you, you definitely want to take back your energy. Like, but it's almost like they'll try to steal your joy or something, and you got to take that energy back. So that's what I would suggest. And also, there's an invincibility jar that I do. It's actually a witch's bottle, but I gotta switch things up because I gotta change it. You can do all sorts of invincibility too, because excuse me, y'all, doesn't mean that you're not gonna see what they're doing, but you just kind of won't feel it and you won't catch their intent, because I'm gonna tell you, it's people out here that, like, one day, like, I swear to y'all, it's like, what? Why? You be feeling like folks is trying to kill you sometimes, don't you? Don't it feel like that when they doing the thing, like, and you can just feel the energy, and it's just like, oh God, I feel unbalanced. I don't feel good. It's something wrong. I can't deal with this. I haven't felt that way in months. Since I did that invincibility jar, I have not felt that way in months. Like, feeling as though I'm just, kind of being knocked off balance and stuff like that. Like, they will make you feel that way. I haven't felt that way in months. Yeah, it'll make you feel really just like kind of it like ill at ease, and sometimes it can make you dizzy. Sometimes it can make your chest hurt, and you be thinking you having a damn heart attack. Mm, I like to be either in a delta. I like being at a delta lucid state, and I like theta waves too. I don't like to be all upset and stuff and been out of shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It just, oh, and that's exactly because what you're dealing with is their inner and outer conflict, basically, when it comes to other people. So, and energetically, it can be really difficult, especially if you're an empath and you be thinking, why are you throwing all this energy at me? And you know what God told me one day when I asked God, I felt it. I saw it and I kind of felt it a little bit. And I said, God, why are they throwing this energy at me? And God answered, because you can handle it. So, don't get discouraged when you're dealing with people like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be strong for your family. You have to be strong, and especially for me, I have to be strong for a lot of people. Now, if I'm dealing with a spiritual attack, I can't do no reading. So if I, and, what I do is I'll take like a day of rest or something and get back to, especially after spiritual warfare, because it's a trip. It really is when people are sending you bad energy, and it's kind of it just makes me want to go to my own corner of the world and just be alone for a little while and just get some peace and quiet. And getting peace and quiet is really good. And not having the lights on and stuff like that, like that really helps me a lot because for some reason, spiritual attacks can cause photosensitivity, which is sensitivity to light. So I'll have like warm lights and stuff on, or either candles. And that really helps to put you in a relaxed state because it's like, it feels like real war. And sometimes, boy, you can wake up with soreness and you just feel just, ooh, and you just want to go and get in the jacuzzi and relax, you know? Mm, that's good because I can imagine, like, I totally empathize with people that have nightmares and bad dreams because that's got to be scary. But I think that's probably also the subconscious. I dream really, like, I dream in color and stuff, and like I have like really vivid dreams when I do dream. I don't dream often. Which you can use mugwort under your pillow if you feel like you want to do more dreaming. You can use mugwort under your pillow, and it'll help give you certain visions and signs and stuff, and in your sleep. But other than that, I don't dream too much. But when I do, it stands out. But I don't never have no nightmares. When I was younger, I had nightmares, and that stuff is not fun. I don't know why my throat. Okay, there we go. Man, that's got to be terrible. And sometimes those nightmares can either be visions or they can be you dealing with the past, or either just dealing with negative emotions. So that's a really I couldn't even imagine. I've actually had a couple of clients that had nightmares and they stopped after they got a cleanse. So, okay, y'all, I've got to get some meditation done. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, and I don't know, I try to use witchcraft to make things better and to heal people. But and I think that a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna make this person do what I want them to do. I'm gonna make them do what I want them to do. But I don't even think that that can work if it won't work long term. Like probably the reason why the person is not doing what you want them to do is probably because it's something inside of themselves that they need that needs to be worked on. Okay, so all right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. I hope everybody starts to be positive and stuff. Okay, let's just keep it positive. I'll see y'all later. Love and light.